Hello and welcome to the Society of Women Engineers Archives at the Reuther Library. SWE is celebrating its 75th anniversary this year, so it's a great time to celebrate all the other societies of women engineers that came before SWE as we know it today. Confusing. In this episode of Inside the SWE magazine Scrapbook, let's step back in time to 1945. The Dean of Women at the Drexel Institute in Philadelphia held a tea to introduce the women engineering students to each other, and so the upperclassmen could pass along some important tips to the incoming freshmen. One of those students, Alma Kuppinger-Foreman, later recalled the lessons she shared with the freshmen at the 2015 SWE Region E conference.
There were no women restrooms in Curtis Hall, where we had all our classes. So then you had to go through the men's locker room to approach the door to the machine shop. So you had to do this. You had to sing loud and clear as you stepped over into the men's locker room. She's coming around the mountain when she comes. She's coming around the mountain when she comes. It alleviated probably embarrassing situations.
They officially created a student organization at Drexel in 1946 called the Society of Women Engineers. They had no idea that the students at the University of Colorado were creating a second short-lived Society of Women Engineers at the same time. Back on the East Coast, the student group at Drexel hosted a conference in 1949 for 83 female engineering students from 19 universities. They hoped to create a national organization for students, but they didn't make much progress during the following year. Meanwhile, working women engineers began networking in Boston, New York City, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. After a few false starts, the women engineering professionals in New York City formally organized yet another Society of Women Engineers in 1949. This one an organization for engineering graduates, but with close ties to the students in the city. The students and professionals came together on May 27th and 28th, 1950, at the Cooper Union's Green Engineering Camp in Ringwood, New Jersey, to form a single organization for both female engineering students and professionals. A unified Society of Women Engineers. The first decade was a little rocky, but 75 years and 47,000 members later, I'd say they succeeded. You can learn more about SWE's founding meeting and get a closer look at the supporting documents and photos from SWE's archives in the Scrapbook article, Out of Many, One SWE, in the winter 2025 issue of the award-winning SWE magazine. Find it at magazine.swe.org.